I did in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You know, my
Yeah.
poor dad was the head of education, the state of Hawaii, PhD. He did studies at Stanford, Northwestern, University of Chicago. And he was poor as a church mouse, but he held up his PhD. I said, yeah, that and $25 will buy you a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? What good is a PhD? And they get so, so many people get so attached to a stupid piece of paper. And so my rich dad was my best friend's father, never had an education. And he always said, my banker has never asked me for my report card yet.
Let's cut to the chase. You want to save $100,000 and you want to do it fast. But you also want to live your life to the fullest, right? Well, my friends, I'm here to spill the tea on how you can make it happen. I know how tough it can be to save money, especially when starting your career or figuring out how to manage your finances, but trust me, you can save $100,000 faster than you think with the right strategies. As Robert Kiyosaki said, people often work harder than they need to because they learned how to work hard, but not how to have their money work hard for them. So let me help you. And if you're ready to learn how to save $100,000 fast, let's get started. Before we dive into today's video, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of our future uploads. Keep separate accounts. First off, let's talk about the power of separate accounts. It's like giving your money its own private island to grow and thrive away from the chaos of your everyday expenses. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to feel like a tropical island tycoon? Am I right? Now, I want you to open 4 accounts. One for budgeting funds, one for a reserve fund, one for reducing debt, and one for rolling your money. I will explain it later in this video. Now, when you are done opening the 4 accounts, I want you to make sure that you switch to a better savings account with a high yield rate to save some serious cash from it too. Trust me, your money will thank you for it. Now, here's where the real fun begins, your savings rate. The more you put money into those accounts, the more your money will grow, and the closer you'll get to that sweet $100,000 milestone. So make it a game and challenge yourself to save as much as possible every month. Who knows, you might surprise yourself. But let's get down to brass tacks. Let's say you save $500 every month for 5 years. By the end of it, you'll have $30,000 in the bank. Not too shabby, right? But what if you bump up your savings to $1,000 a month? In just 5 years, you'll have $60,000 in the bank. And with a high-yield savings account earning 2% interest, your money will grow to $67,200. Are you feeling the rush yet? Saving money doesn't have to be boring or tedious. Make it a game, set some goals, and watch your money multiply faster than a game of gremlins. Before you know it, you'll have that $100,000 in the bank and feel like a financial ninja. Now up for our first bank account, for your budgeting-only account. Now let's discuss the budgeting-only account. This includes your daily expenses budgeting, but before we do that, I want you to kick your bad habits to the curb and start building a money-saving mentality. I'm discussing cutting out those expensive habits like smoking, drinking, impulse shopping, and gambling. Believe it or not, eliminating these habits can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars monthly on your budgeting account. Next, it's essential to keep your expenses low. I know it can be tough to resist the temptation of lifestyle creep, but keeping the gap between how much you earn and how much you spend as wide as possible is crucial for saving money. And trust me, it's all worth it in the end. The third step is to establish your budget. This may sound daunting, but it's actually quite simple. At the beginning of each month, get a receipt for everything you purchase and stack them into categories like restaurants, groceries, and personal care. This will help you see exactly where your money is going and where you can cut back. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty of budgeting. It may not be the most exciting thing, but it's necessary to save $100,000 fast. The key is to find a budgeting method that works for you. You can get as detailed with your budget as you like, or you can keep it simple and budget for expenses that are hard to control, like dining out and entertainment. Remember, budgeting is a tool to help you reach your savings goals, not a prison sentence. And speaking of goals, it's time to create short-term goals to help you reach that big $100,000 goal. Start small, think big. Commit to saving $20 a week or a month for 6 months. Once you hit that short-term goal, you'll have created a habit of saving that you can be proud of, and you'll be motivated to keep going. On our second bank account, I called Reserve Fund Bank Account. When I started thinking about saving this money, I knew I needed a safety net to fall back on. I don't like to call it an emergency fund because it sounds like something terrible has happened. Instead, I want to call it a reserve fund because it's my safety net for the future. So I started by ensuring my reserve fund had 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. If you don't have one yet or have dipped into it, fully fund it first. Investing will only do you good if you can cover the cost of basic emergencies. Now let's talk about how to fund your reserve fund. Creating a robust reserve fund should be one of your highest financial priorities, regardless of how much you earn. I recommend directing your extra income towards a high-yield savings account, specifically for emergencies. While 3 to 6 months worth of expenses is often recommended, it's important to remember that your finances are personal. You should decide how much money you prefer to set aside for your reserve fund. So, start small and think big. Set a savings goal of $500 for your reserve fund and keep building from there. With dedication and intelligent financial planning, you can save $100,000 fast and have a substantial reserve fund to support you. Next, reduce debt account. Eliminate high-interest debt first. Focus on the highest interest rates and automate payments. This is the fastest way to boost your savings. Avoid unnecessary spending and crush that debt. Use the debt snowball method to get out of debt quickly. This is key to saving $100,000. The debt snowball method focuses on paying off your smallest debts first, building momentum as you go. Remember, you can't build wealth if you're drowning in credit card debt. Your next account should let your money work for you. What do I mean by that? You should let your money work even while snoozing away in bed. But how, you ask? The answer is simple. Start investing. Now, I know what you're thinking. Investing can be scary and overwhelming, especially if you're new to the game. But trust me, there are plenty of options out there that are beginner-friendly and can help you reach your savings goal in no time. I've been exploring investment options, and Interactive Brokers has been a valuable resource for me. You can find the link to their platform in the first link of the video description if you're interested in learning more. Consider investing in the stock market, bonds, money market, crypto, or even real estate. Do your research, consult a financial advisor, and find the right investment strategy. So there you have it. With these strategies, you'll be on your way to saving $100,000 in no time. Remember, it's all about making wise financial decisions, working hard, and staying motivated. But remember, it's not just about making money. It's about what you do with it. If you found this tip helpful, hit the like button and remember to subscribe for more. And as always, feel free to share your investment tips in the comments below.